This is the Rebel Scum Podcast. Available in video on YouTube and audio wherever you listen to your podcasts. Every week, Brock and James talk the latest rumors, news, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. Support us on Patreon for exclusive offers and join the Star Wars discussion. Patreon.com/Rebel Scum Podcast. Here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You're always scum. Rebel scum.
Yeah.
Rebel scum.
Always.
Always.
Scum.
Yeah, where we are. James, I didn't tell you this, but I've been reading from a certain point of view the Empire Strikes Back version finally.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, I have huge news. The reason why Zev Sinesk is called Rogue 2 in Empire Strikes Back, the pilot that finds Han and Luke on Hoth after they stay out over the night, it's like out of respect for Rogue One, and it mentions Jyn Erso, and I'm like, oh, I gotta tell this on the podcast. Like, no, they announced this like 6 months before the book came out. We did this on Hollow News. But one thing that this book like really focuses on is like Vader choking up Admiral. They're like there's like 3 or 4 different points of view, and if you remember, he does it through the hollow call thing, right? And I was like, this is like Force Skyping. It's almost as if Vader did it first. It's not exactly the same because like when Luke does it, it looks like he's there. But I was like, whoa, that is not a new idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of left field. Welcome to the Rebel Scum Podcast. I'm Brock.
Yeah, I'm James.
He's asleep.
I'm there. It's been a while. We haven't done this in a while. 6 years. By the way, 6 years past.
6 years.
We've been doing this for 6 years, and somehow we're still doing it. And somehow our internets still are 6 years behind. We're still 6 years behind trying to catch up.
I did a speed test, and my upload was 0.3. I'm like, what?
How was that even possible?
I'm like, oh boy. So,
oh my gosh. So we got to talk. We got to talk because we haven't spoken. We got 2 things. First of all, I have this package right here. I got to open up.
Oh wow!
From like Disney Movie Insiders.
Oh wow, cool. Open that now.
It was not. This was not sent to me. It was sent to a friend, and he gave it to me.
Oh,
because I'm not a Disney insider. I'm a Disney outsider. I know nothing about Disney. I don't know. I don't have anything to open it with. I came ill prepared to open it. So I'm going to use this bullet.
That'll work. Something with a point.
It's not pointy at all.
Oh.
It's a fake bullet. It's a movie prop bullet. It's not real. Don't get excited, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to open this Movie Insider. I know what it is, so it's not going to be a surprise to me. But it's going to be very exciting. So you see here, this is the box. Now, geez, they really don't want the postal workers, Heidi, to steal it. Oh, and then it comes with this. I don't know what that is. And now, whoa, it is dolled up. Get that box out of here. Oh, I have to. It's packaged in the packaging. Okay, there's double packaging.
Like a poster.
There's double packaging for it. See if I can, oh, there it is.
Oh, whoa.
That is full movie size.
Nice.
Cassian Andor from Disney. So thank you, Steve. He's like, do you want to Andor poster? And I said, yes. August 31st, only on Disney Plus.
Boom.
Right there. It comes out on the 21st of September now, but this poster will forever live on August 31st, only on Disney Plus. By the way, I'm not really like upset by it because they're putting all like I think it's stupid. Like they did this with Obi-Wan. They're kind of doing it with She-Hulk, and now they're doing it with Andor, where Disney Plus like they don't seem to know when they want to release their stuff.
Yeah,
it's like like so basically instead of releasing Andor on the 31st, they're putting the episode that would air on the 31st and like the following one, like they're putting 3 of them on the same day.
Yeah.
I don't know if they realize that it's a streaming service. And like you put it on and we'll watch it when we can. I gotta put this somewhere safe. That's not safe, but I'll put it there. So anyway, it's just frustrating that they're like it's coming out this day, and then they kind of backpedal and they're like, oh, actually, we don't want it to compete with. Wasn't She-Hulk moved because they didn't want it to compete with Dancing with the Stars or something ridiculous?
See, I don't understand what that means. Like you just said, it's a streaming service. You can watch it whenever you want. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta stop. Do you have a cat now?
So we're not gonna stop. So someone dropped a litter of cats and one survived, and we've taken a kitten in. So if anybody wants to adopt, I was wondering if you could hear the cat's awake in the other room because Aaron's very allergic to cats. So yeah, you can probably hear the cat meow. The cat is now spoiled and has eaten tuna, cat food tuna, not human food tuna. I got it for like 80 cents. So there's a cat. If anybody wants to adopt a cat, give me a call. You can adopt a cat. Yes. So the cat is now, and the dog likes my dog. Haley likes the cat. The cat wants to kill the dog. So it's kind of funny. It's very funny. And the rabbit doesn't give a crap about anything. It's basically a farm now. But yes, you'll hear a cat possibly from time to time. I can mute my mic. I don't.
No, it's fine. I was just like, am I going crazy?
The cat just woke. I didn't know if you could hear it. I was going to mention it, and there's that maybe they can't pick it up. But yeah, no, that cat is loud also, and the cat's like this big. Like the cat is like maybe like a foot long, and it is loud. Anyway, so that's the end of poster. It's kind of frustrating with the Disney Plus stuff. Like, I mean, I don't really care because I'm going to watch it anyway. But it's like, just stop.
Yeah.
Like you're like Star Wars, especially release dates are turning into DC movies. Just stop it. Just like when just let it happen, and when it happens, I'm gonna believe it. But anyway, you've got some very exciting Star Wars news that this is what I'm really excited to hear about. So I'm gonna mute my mic and I'm gonna listen to you for the next hour. Goodbye.
James, I went to Galaxy's Edge last week.
What? That's wow.
Everything you've heard is accurate. Like, it's next level. It's like, yeah, you see pictures like, wow, that looks cool. It looks authentic, and it's insane. Like I went on Smuggler's Run, I went on Rise of the Resistance, I went to Oga's Cantina, I went to the Joy Depot, I went into the Jedi thing. Yeah, it's out of this world, pun intended. It's amazing. Yeah, I was like, oh, it's gonna be cool to be there, and then we'll go to the rest of the park because I had never been to Hollywood Studios. But it was insane. I don't like rides, and these rides blew me out of the water. Like, it was crazy. Like, I sent you videos, and it's just like, it's wild. Like, you're like, why are people waiting in line for like an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes to get on this ride, and you get it the second you're on it? Like, because now like Disney has this new sort of, I don't know if Disney created this, but there's this like, I went on this ride, I went on Rise of the Resistance, and then I also went on the Mickey and Minnie's Crazy Railway, whatever. And they both utilize this new method of, because if you've been to Disney, you know, usually if you're in the older part of Disney, you're taking a boat ride.
All the time.
Boat rides. But like now they have these like cars you sit in, not unlike that of like what you would go to in Universal, but it's not on a track. It's just on the floor. And I guess I don't know what it is. I got to research. I think it's magnets that are moving you around. And there is no set path. Like, you have like maybe 4 or 5 cars, and they move in all different directions. So you can ride this ride and have a different experience every time.
Wow, cool.
So, and then the cool thing about Rise of the Resistance is you're in a Star Destroyer. Like, the whole premise is that you're on like a Resistance transport ship, and it gets pulled in by a Star Destroyer, right? Like you get in, you walk in through this thing like any ride where you're like in like it looks like a base, and the first thing you see is like uh like like a comms room where like Ray comes up as like a hologram, and then you see the characters like there's a Mon Cala captain and Nine Nub is your pilot.
Awesome.
And then you walk out of there and you get on this transport, and then you're seeing like everything comes closed and it looks like you're flying through space, like not unlike the Galactic Star Cruiser. And then like Poe is alongside you in an X-wing, and then you get put into a Star Destroyer, and you have to escape the Star Destroyer. It's crazy. It's insane. Like you know me, I'm not a huge like rides person, but this is like as close to like a thrill ride like Universal in how it's like sort of like screens everywhere and everything looks real. Like, they shoot at you and you see blaster bolts appear on the wall, which are just projecting. Like it's crazy. Like, there's animatronics, so there's like a Kylo Ren and General Hux animatronic that are like talking on the bridge, and then Kylo turns around and looks at you. You're like, ah. And there's one part where like it looks like you've dropped into space because you have to get to an escape pod to escape the Star Destroyer, and you don't move anywhere, right? Like the projection and the LEDs and all that stuff make you feel like you're moving. Like on the Mickey and Minnie's railway thing, you go down a waterfall, and if you're looking straight ahead, you think you're going like, whoa. Not to ruin the ride for people. You can see on YouTube. You go to, but I'm used to this now, that I turned to my left and I saw we weren't moving at all.
Yeah.
You're just it's wild. And here's a fun tip that probably a million other people have figured out. Smuggler's Run is one of like 4 rides in the Disney World parks that has single rider now. So that single rider means you get in a line and you're saying, put me wherever. If there's an empty spot, that's where you go. So like the first time we went on Smuggler's Run, we had used Lightning Lane. Like we got the Genie Plus. We paid the $15 for Genie Plus. And I highly, as long as you're going to go there at the beginning of the day, I highly suggest get it. Pay that $15. If you are cool with not being in a certain order of like what rides, like it's totally worth it. Maybe I got lucky and it was just a good day. I don't know. So that was the first ride we did. We did the ride. It was great. But then later in the day, we're like, oh, this is single rider. We got on and we went into the single line, and it brings you to what just before where you get into the Millennium Falcon and you get put into the cockpit. We waited like 2 minutes and we were in. My wife and I rode Smuggler's Run twice in 30 minutes because we did single rider back to back. Once we were together and once we were in separate things because they want like groups of 6, right?
Yeah.
Or groups of 6 or 5. And like it always works out that like maybe a group of 4. So you got your 2 pilots, your 2 gunners, and like the engineer that nobody wants to do. So I went 3 times. I was engineer twice and gunner once. Crazy. It was so good. It shakes you around a lot, but like, as you know, you're supposed to push buttons and do things, and you can't be like flipped upside down and try to be pushing a button because you actually have to like look away to see what's going on unless you're the pilot that's right in front of you. But it's great because it's like the story that you ride through is the same. Like the result is always the same. But like if you're not accurate with your shots, like it changes a little bit. Like we never got over like 40% completion, right? And the whole joke is like Hondo is sending you on this thing. He's like, well, the damage to your cut is now, and you like lose all this money, all these credits. Great, fantastic. I am just, it was great. And now we come to the most important thing. What did I buy? Because the merchandise in the park there is insane. Like, they're not joking when they're saying you don't buy Earth stuff, you buy Star Wars stuff. So look at this. Everybody's favorite droids, C-3PO and R2-D2 made out of wood. They go like this. Boop, 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 boop.
They're made out of wood?
Yeah. And they
course.
had stormtroopers, they had Vader, they had Boba Fett, they had a X-Wing pilot. And of course, I had to get this. I had to spend the crazy amount of money to buy the drink and then get the mug. The tiki glass, Endor tiki glass that you get if you order a Yub Nub.
Was the Yum Nub good?
Yeah, like the drinks are pretty good. They're all just sugary and what have you.
Wait, but you get a tiki mug when you get a Yum Nub?
Yeah, but you pay like $30 for it. Yeah, you're buying the drink and the thing.
But like, is there an option to get the drink without the mug?
Yes, of course.
But who would do that? I mean, I guess if you already had it, you wouldn't need it.
I want to turn this into a flower pot because why would I drink it?
Didn't you do that to? You have a Vader one. Didn't you do that to the Vader one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, man, I have to get this.
I don't see how you.
I went to Starbucks in the parks, and I was like, "There's no way they're gonna have the Star Wars mugs." They didn't. Oh, well, they did. They did, and they didn't. They didn't have the ones I was looking for, but they did have this. The Mandalorian.
Nice. That doesn't sound like the Mandalorian theme at all. Have you ever seen the Mandalorian?
They had you can go into one of the stores and buy the ice cream maker thing that they put credits in, but I couldn't figure out what, like, I know it opens up, but I couldn't figure out what exactly it was inside. Like, I don't know. So if anyone knows what the credits, I forget what it's called. And also here are coasters from Disney. Sorry, Oga's Cantina.
Were those on the table and you just took them?
Yeah, they give them to you. You're like,
those are my kind of souvenirs. That's what I enjoy. That's what I do always.
Yeah. So this is the back. They're all like this. I guess it says Oga's Cantina. It's wild that, like, I looked at Airbrush enough that the signs, because everything's pretty much Airbrush, I was like that's a droid depot.
Oh my gosh. Now you're fluent in Arabic. So. That's so wild. How long were you? Did you go to the other part of Hollywood Studios, or you like?
Oh yeah, no, we did the entire park. We went on Star Tours. So I got to do that.
That's a great ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure compared to what you had at.
Oh yeah.
It's like nothing, but you know, for 1989 or whatever, it's a great ride.
No, it was fine. Like, it was, and like the nice thing is it isn't busy, so you're like, when you have time, you go on that. And they went on, what else? Hollywood Studios is Mickey and Minnie's Railway. I went on Toy Story Mania, which is a fun shooting game. I went on my wife doesn't like rides, but somehow I convinced her to go on more this time. Like, we went to Animal Kingdom, we went to Magic Kingdom, we went to Hollywood Studios, and all the rides that like go up and down, like the Dumbo rides, the different versions of that, like the spinning teacups. I got her to go on it, so we went on the Toy Story version of that, which is kind of fun. They don't really. It's weird. They're like it's like you're in a little rocket ship and one of the green aliens is pulling you, and then they play music, but the ride is over at the end because all you hear is the aliens go, "Wee!" I highly suggest you don't even have to go on the ride. Just stand and watch and wait for the song to go, "Wee!" But it was great. I don't know if maybe Desi can back this up. We went to Hollywood Studios on the Saturday and Magic Kingdom on the Sunday, and it wasn't remotely busy. Like, it was busy. It was Disney busy. But like, for a post-COVID world, we weren't overwhelmed by crowds. It was like you stood in lines, and we avoided most lines because we did Lightning Lane properly. That like there wasn't anyone there on the weekend. But when we went to Animal Kingdom on the like Tuesday or Wednesday, it was kind of busy. I don't know. It was like, why wouldn't the weekends be busy? But I think in Florida that week we were there was like kids are going back to school, so maybe the locals weren't there. I don't know. Like for Canada, our kids don't go back to school for another 3 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever. So there's still tourists, but yeah, I can't suggest this enough. Like, James, you have to go.
Don't tell me what to do.
It's worth every penny. It's wild. It's not like a whole day event, but like you have to go on these rides. It's crazy. Like, Universal's one thing. Universal's like they're more or less roller coasters and they're thrill rides. Like, these two rides are in that vein, but like a totally not different, like a totally new experience. I was really amazed. And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The one sounds like that Hogwarts ride at Universal, where you're not really moving, but you feel like you're moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And like it's basically just goes screen to screen, and yeah, I like those rides. They're fun.
Oh, and I forgot, I tried the food: blue milk, green milk.
Did you freeze? I really need to know what's better, blue milk or green milk, and now we might never know what's better, blue milk or you froze. I don't know what's better, blue milk or green.
Blue milk is a little bit sweeter.
Whoa,
I don't know. They taste
sweeter.
basically the same. They're the exact same drink. They're just a different flavor, I guess, because they're both made out of rice milk and coconut milk, I think. So, but yeah, the food was good. I forget, Three Sons Pita or something. It was like a breakfast sandwich. What else do we have? I don't know. Anyways, it's awesome. It's wild. We didn't see I regret I just didn't want to spend the money, but like the Disney Magic Bands Plus that just came out is supposed to be the one that you can go and do the little like bounty hunter thing. But it was like $30 and the reviews aren't great, and then like it's like if you don't charge it up, you might die on you midday or whatever. So I was like, but I think next time if I go, I'll try it out because it looked cool. I saw people walking around doing bounty hunter. Like, you go up to a thing, you scan it. There was like a door. Well, first, like in Batu, there is like, it looks like an ATM, but it's where you get your credits for like, or you pick up your bounty hunting jobs. And beside it, there's a door that when you go up, you scan it, and then it doesn't open, but like the you know how when people look through doors like this and like whatever, it opens like that, and it looks like Captain Vesuvio eyes. Looks like it's like hello, like, and you hear it. We watch. I was like, wow. So
my favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, Captain Vesuvio. But like, just crazy. I there's so many more pictures I haven't even sent you, but like, yeah, the Falcon looks real.
Yeah, that looked wild.
There's so, like, if I wasn't married and have to be responsible, I would have spent so much money on merch. You have no idea. Like, wild. Anyways, so yeah,
you don't have to be responsible still.
It was nice to travel again for the first time in 2 years. I guess it's kind of nice to like go to this place. I go to Star Wars after 2 years of not being able to travel. So yeah, it was just great. It was great.
Sounds like a great time. When do you go back?
Maybe October, but for work. So we'll see.
That'd be wild. Go for work in October.
Yeah. So.
I'm taking today off. I gotta go. I'm sick. I'm at Disney all day. I'm glad you had a good day. It looked like a great time.
Yeah,
like a lot of fun. But that's why we didn't record last week, because you were.
Yeah, sorry.
Because you were on vacation. How dare you take vacation in the summertime? Dare you? But yeah, it doesn't like the only thing, Brock, is I can't take your reviews seriously.
Yeah.
Because they did the two things that were guaranteeing you to blow your mind, and that's Hondo and Poe. Yeah. And they sprinkled them through both rides, and they're like, you were like, as soon as they showed up, you're like, well, this ride's a 10 out of 10. So I don't know if I can try. I don't know if I can trust your judgment.
The Hondo animatronic, and then there's videos of him. It's just like, it's the voice obviously is Jim Cummings. It's like wow, this is so cool. Like, just the details were just wild. So Yeah.
Yeah, I know it sounds amazing. The pictures you sent look great, and I can't wait to see more. And then I can't wait to one day go there in the
Oh yeah.
probably distant future, but I will one day get to there, and I will drink a blue milk. Although, okay, how does the blue milk drink to? What was that drink at?
Oh,
What was the Harry Potter drink called?
um,
Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus. What was it called? Okay, now I gotta Google it. Harry Potter.
not pumpkin juice. That's something else.
I wanted to get that, but I went with the other one instead. Butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
Were the words. I wanted pumpkin juice. I went with a butterbeer instead. You enjoyed butterbeer. I
Yeah.
wasn't so crazy about it. I think I would have preferred pumpkin juice.
Yeah, it's the same vibe where you're like, this is not thirst quenching. This is like, I'm just drinking this for the hell of it, and it's super sugary or whatever. It's like, it's not terrible, but it's just like,
yeah.
All right. No,
I will try it though, because you have to try. How can you go and not try a blue or a green milk? Like, how can you?
Yeah.
How can you not? I would probably go blue milk. I don't know if I do.
Yeah,
both.
it's the original.
Yeah, I mean the green milk. Also, I've seen the animal the green milk comes out of, and I'm not too thrilled to put that in my body. I think that thing is gross. How do you also get like? Are those animals all over the galaxy? Is that what we're presuming? Is that they're all over the galaxy? Because I've only seen them on an island that nobody knows about. Like I'm just saying. So I can't imagine green milk being popular everywhere. So continuity errors everywhere. But it sounds like fun. I'm glad you had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you spent 3 days in Disney.
Yeah.
Total. Yeah. So which park would you recommend?
Oh, it's
to someone going. I know they're all different, but you're putting you on the spot. You have to answer this.
It's weird because it's like now that I've been to all the parks, now I've been to Magic Kingdom 3 times in the last like 5 years, Animal Kingdom twice. It's like, because it's fresh, probably Hollywood Studios, even though now I've done everything. It's just like, now I'm at the point in Disney where like we have to like consider park hopping, or like don't go all day, go at night, because it's like usually, if you go all day, you get there early. If it's sunny or whatever, you're tired probably like by like the mid-afternoon. You did make the decision: am I gonna watch the fireworks? I'm gonna leave. Like, we didn't watch. This is the first time we went to Magic Kingdom, didn't watch the light show on the castle.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't that big of a deal. So it's like, perhaps next time, instead of like getting up early, we'll go later in the afternoon and go till it's like, because I think you can stay in Magic Kingdom till like 10 or 10:30. So I've never stayed that late. There's like, you mix it up, or you go when there's an event, right? Like, we missed it by a week, but the Halloween stuff started already at Disney. So it's like, or like maybe next time we'll go and stay at one of the hotels. So it's like, or you just don't go for 10 years. Right?
Yeah, that's
like,
the other argument.
She was like, do you want to go to Universal? I'm like, no, I want to go to Universal when Super Mario World or Super Mario thing opens and wherever. And then also, we haven't been to Disneyland, so that's a whole other thing too. So yeah. But there you go. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Like, wow. We tried to see the Star Cruiser hotel, but like, you really can't get at it. Like, it's like, the whole idea is like, you don't enter it from the world, you enter it from Batuu. So
cool. All right, you sold me. I've just booked a ticket.
Yeah,
a solo ticket for September 2nd. September 2nd, I am going to Disney. Don't tell Erin. She doesn't need to know. All right, you want to go to the odds?
Let's do it. Never tell me the odds.
Possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Ever.
Never tell me the odds. Brought to you by patreon.com/Rebel Scum Podcast. If you like what we do, if you like hearing me talk about my vacation, why don't you support us so that we can continue to go on vacation?
I should call this episode Brock's Summer Vacation, and just not like it. Like, we'll get 30 views. I think Brock's Summer Vacation's the title. I don't even care. That's it. That's it.
Weekend at Batuu. Yes, you can help us out we'll bring you the content of Star Wars as best we can, because we are Star Wars insiders and the fact that we live nowhere near where they make any Star Wars. Can you imagine if they made Star Wars stuff in Canada? That would be wild.
Yeah. It would never fly.
Nothing I'll never get into on the air. Before to patreon.com/Rebel Scum podcast and support us and become one of the wonderful people that we graciously adore every single episode, that being Heidi Fetter, executive producer, Barry Brophy, Dennis Allen, Randy Kenobi, Mary Kristen Nathan, Jeff Wilson, Phil Stanford, Scott D, Josh Bryce, Matt W,
Rez, Frank Perkins, Neil Lowry, Cosmic Girl 02, Gleek Play 1, Disney Desi, Charlotte, Kayla Davis, Denna Nerds, and the Girls with Sabers.
Thank you to all.
Thank you to all, and to all a good night. All right, we got only 2 odds today, Brock. Maybe we'll do 3, but they're both from Heidi, executive producer Heidi Fetter. First odd, what are the odds that Admiral Thrawn was behind the creation of the First Order and secretly built Palpatine's secret fleet of Star Destroyers that appeared towards the end of The Rise of Skywalker?
Sorry, say that all again.
What are the odds that Admiral Thrawn was behind the creation of the First Order and secretly built Palpatine's secret fleet of Star Destroyers that appeared towards the end of The Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. That is interesting, but like that doesn't feel
it seems like too thought out for
yeah. I'm gonna go 45% because I'm like, yeah, cool. Why not? Maybe not that elaborate, but some involvement, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go 39% because I like the idea. I think it is too fleshed out for them to actually do it. Although with the new TV stuff, it might, like, they're kind of going into the Rise of Skywalker, like Snoke and all that stuff. So they might do it, but I'm gonna go 39.5%. And another one from Heidi. Ooh, I got another one. That's what she said. What are the odds that Daniel Logan plays a 20-something Boba Fett in the Andor series? Will we see Daniel Logan playing young Boba Fett in Andor, which I have the poster for now? August 31st. The poster says so.
Does that jive properly? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, because he would be young. He wouldn't be back from the dead or anything like that.
Not yet.
I'm gonna say it's like a challenge because, like, do you mess with, because Boba Fett's sort of at the forefront, and they're like, do you mess with people's recognition of who that is? I'm gonna go 65% because that'd be cool. Like, Daniel Logan loves that he's young Boba Fett, and he's all for it. So why not?
I'm going to go 21%. I think the Andor series is going to steer clear of those characters. So I'm going to go 20%. Do I hope I'm wrong? Yes. Okay. But we're getting Saw. We're getting Tubes. 2 Tubes. Yeah, so, nice. I'm kind of... I would love to see a young Boba Fett, but I'm going to go 20-something% because I just don't think they're going to add him in. So let's go with another odd. Never tell me the odds we're going to get a second season. That's my dog now. My dog heard the cat, and it's all over. And I never tell them the odds. Will we get a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi? Looks like Moon Knight's getting a second season. Are we going to get a second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
No way. 0%. Like, if you made it, I'd watch it. But somebody, the 17th person this week asked me, should I watch Obi-Wan? And I'm like, that sounds bad. I'm like, it's not bad. Watch it. It's cool. It's like, do you want to be dazzled or do you just want to watch a Star Wars show? Because it's good. But what else can we talk about? Outside of you make a whole season of Obi-Wan where it has nothing to do with any existing other characters. It's just him getting old on Tatooine, which wouldn't be terrible.
But the problem is what, and I don't have a problem with this, but it seems like all these weird Star Wars fans that exist, they're sick of Tatooine. It's but Star Wars is based on, Tatooine it goes hand in hand with Star Wars, and people are like, I'm so sick of Tatooine. But that's where the story takes place. So I think you got to keep him there because you can't just keep him going off on missions. It's just it starts to get boring after a while. So you'd have to keep him there, but something would have to happen there that would have to be interesting enough. And I don't think the story you would tell with Obi-Wan, because do you remember when that show came out? Like we watched The Joker and Logan. And I'm like, this show was nothing like either one of those. But the thing with those shows is they're very like small. Like those movies are very small.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Logan's a little bit. Logan kind of goes off the deep end a little bit at times, but for the most part, they're like contained small stories. You'd have to do that with Obi-Wan, and I don't think fans would like that. Or it just wouldn't be. It would be like Boba Fett, right? I loved it, but I don't think people would go for it.
Yeah, I think what you do for a second season, which would almost make sense because of how the last episode ends. It's like just to do a total departure from like the Empire and the Rebellion, and you just have him go on some like cosmic Jedi journey where he learns how to become one with the Force with Qui-Gon, and you just go hog wild into that of like Jedi mysticism, and that's it. You just that somehow sets up something. Perhaps Obi-Wan isn't involved in a future project with this, but it gets to your viewers understanding that like this is the Jedi version of like ego, super ego, and id, and you go super philosophical, mystical, like Doctor Strange in the realm of Dormammu in the first Doctor Strange. You go crazy. You just do that, and then that sets up a movie like you're like, oh wow, or another series, whatever. That's how you go. Anyway, so I'm gonna go 0%. It's not gonna happen because I think the Obi-Wan shows up, but like that would be cool. I'm not against it.
No, I want a second season of Obi-Wan, but I don't want it to be a continuation of the season we just saw. I want that to be done and over with. Like if we get like I'm fine with young Leia returning, but not in Obi-Wan, like in a young Leia show or a Bail show or something to that effect. I just like I don't want her to have any more communication with Obi-Wan. I think that's done. I don't want Luke to be any more danger. I think they really, really towed the line on that one. Like they almost went too far with that. It's like, and it was the problem with the Luke stuff at the end is it was almost like unnecessary in so many ways. Like should have been Leia. Like she should have had Leia at the end. I think because, like I said, I've always said like Luke. I'm like Leia can be exposed to everything because when she goes head to head with Vader in A New Hope, it's like she's seen him like a million times. She's like, oh yeah, Lord Vader, whatever. Like she like doesn't give a crap. Whereas Luke, he doesn't know what's going on, right? He's a virgin. So I want to keep Luke away from everything, and Leia can have all the fun because that's who the characters are when we meet them 10 years from when this story left. So I'm gonna go 51% on this on season 2 though. That's what I'm gonna say. That's it. Because I think there are more, like you said, the learning the Force and the mysticism of the Force and all that. I think that's easy to expose, but it's not gonna be action packed, and I feel like they want to make everything action packed in Star Wars, so it's
right.
It's tough there. But what are you going to do? All right, you want to go to top 5?
Top 5.
Do you have a top 5 for today?
Top 5 cameos in Andor
that we're expecting,
or let me make even like more obtuse. Top 5 Easter eggs that you think will happen, like mentions or name drops, or like younger or older versions of characters from other existing IP.
5 Callus from Rebels.
Ooh, yeah. I'm just gonna put it in there. 5 Galen Erso, but he's not working for the Empire yet. Oh, I guess he probably would be.
Ooh, but Galen Erso would be a really good one
because they can get Mads Mikkelsen.
Enfys Nest. I don't think though. I put 4 Enfys Nest, but I don't think she's gonna get mentioned. I think they're. Yeah, I'm gonna go Enfys Nest though. It would make sense though for Emphasis because she's kind of starting the rebellion, and this is about the start of the rebellion, and then we have rebels. There's gonna be. I think this is gonna. Anyway, yeah.
Oh gosh, who's the bounty hunter that like trains Boba Fett? That
Cad Bane.
No, Cad Bane was Beckett apparently kills her.
Right. Asajj.
No, not Asajj
Ventress. Aura Singh.
Aura Singh, yeah. Number 4, Aura Singh.
Ooh. Oh, Beckett would be good. What's a number 3 cameo in Andor? SheVP, Palpatine, SheVP.
My number 3 is going to be mention of like the Wookiee slavery or slave trade or something like that, and then Bosk is there for some reason.
I'm gonna go. Bosk is a good one.
Yeah,
I'm going with Bosk.
Number 2, I'm gonna go. It's like, well,
is K2SO out of the question?
No, you can do whatever you want. Two is gonna be R2 and C-3PO in some capacity. That would be fantastic.
It would be great. I think that was missing in Solo. They should have just come going on. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make R2 and 3PO my number 1. Sorry, K2SO, you're gonna show up anyway.
R2. Yeah, go ahead.
No, R2 and 3PO.
My number 1 is going to be young Leia. Where does Andor take place? Like, it's obviously before Rogue One. Is it like a couple years before Rogue One?
I'm guessing. I think around 5 because this season is going to be. This season is going to all take place in 1 year, and then season 2 is going to be 3 years, and every 3 episodes is going to be a year. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1 year, 2 or 3 or 4, 5, 6, 1 year, 6, 7, 8, and this is 12 episodes this season, or the season of Andor as well.
Right.
Actually, we can talk about the dates briefly. It comes out September 21st and ends on November 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and they have all the directors listed here. Also, there's only 3 directors for the show on 12 episodes.
Wow, 12 episodes.
Yeah, 12 episodes. First director directed the first 3, and then the next director directed 3, and then one director directed 1, and then one director directed 3, and then the director who directed just 1 directed the last 2.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, September 21st is the first 3, then the 28th, then the 5th of October, then the 12th, 19th, 26th, November 2nd, November 9th, November 16th, and November 23rd is when it comes to a halt. And I think they're shooting season 2 in the fall, too.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like that last trailer they released looked phenomenal. I think it's going to be great. But I've liked everything so far, so I have no reservations on this one. I know they're not using the volume for it, and people are very happy about that. And I think people have, anyway, I'm not going to get into it. But I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
Yeah, me too. Like the stuff we've seen for Andor is really cool looking, so I'm bummed that we don't get it this month, but whatever. But I guess
it was the last day of the month anyway.
Yeah. I guess that's the only Star Wars thing coming out for a while, right? Or when did Skeleton Crew Bad Batch get moved back?
I don't know when season 2. September 28th. What? No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. This is saying September 28th, but they wouldn't release it September 20th and have Andor come on the 21st.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? Now this is saying September. Yeah, everything's saying September 28th. So we will wait and see on Bad Batch. But next time we talk, Brock, we have to talk Captain Phasma because Gwendolyn Christie says she wants to return to the role. And I'm
watching Sandman, and she's in that, and it's top notch.
Yeah, I heard it's really good. I heard Sandman is really good. All right, anything else you want to say on this show today?
Rebel Scum podcast is going to be at Fan Expo Toronto. That's exciting. A lot of Star Wars stuff happening. Ming-Na canceled, but I believe Giancarlo Esposito still going to be there. Who's the other Star Wars person? Ashley Ecclestein will definitely be there. Steve Blum voices Zeb from Rebels is going to be there. I'm going to try to get interviews. Wouldn't that be crazy? I won't get them, but okay. But like, yeah, it's exciting. I'm looking forward. And first convention since COVID went away.
Enjoy that. I'll be sitting at home. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe. I'm James. He's Brock, and he was always Scum.
Rebel Scum.
Scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.